Hi guys, I just want to share with you what I've been up to during this coronavirus lockdown. One of the things that I've been doing is trying to put up solar energy in one of my center in another country where there is a lot of sun, but there's no power. So I bought this back. I'm gonna have about 20 arrays of battery, but I'm just using these to test the inverter just right there. That is from Power Jack. It's 8,000 watt inverter. I'm gonna open it shortly. You're gonna see, and also I've got like 485 amps cable. I've already cut the one I'm gonna be using as sample just to test these two battery with this inverter just to make sure it's working fine. As you can see, I've already gotten this hydraulic clipping tool, and I've been able to do this. These two cables, I mean more cables. If you can see what I've actually cut out of it. I'm sorry I did not share this process, but later on when I get onto the real business, I'm going to share that with you. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and just to let you know, this did a great job. Show you some more part of it. It's a great tool. It works really well. I did not regret buying it, just to let you know, in case you want to buy it for yourself. Another thing is when I was cutting the cable, I did not use this to cut the cable. I actually used knife. But when I was stripping the cable to expose the strands of wire, I used this one. It's pretty handy. It works perfectly fine. But because this is 485 amps, this cannot really do the cutting. I had to use a knife. I think I should show you what I used. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but I just have to use it to test this for now. Later on, I'm going to search online if I can see a better tool to do it easier. What else do I need to show you? Yes, another thing here. So because I'm going to be having almost like 20 arrays of battery, and some of them will be in series, but the whole thing is going to be in parallel at the end of the day. Because I need to generate 24 volts, so I need two of 12 volts series together, and then I'm going to combine about 24 of them to make 12 parallel. So I bought this one. I think it's going to be really handy. So this is going to help me for this negative terminal, and the other one, and that's because it has like 3 bolts there that I can easily mount these ones on easily. Just put in there. I can put as many as I want on each of the screw there. So that's where I am for now, and at this moment I've just, as you can see, I just opened up this battery. And remember, when you open it up, because this is destined for transportation, you need to remove the bunks because it's always there for transit. You'll find one on the right hand side, on the left hand side, depending on the type of battery that you buy or you bought. You can see I'm using Probots. This is 12 volts, 100 amps. I've already removed for this one, and for this one I can see the package on the floor. And let's measure it to see if it actually. So what I was planning to do earlier was to just test this one. Always go for the positive and then the negative, just to make sure that we can see 12 volts. We should be seeing approximately 12 point something volts on this side. Okay, sorry, I need to turn this on, and I just want to make sure it's right on the spot. So I've got 12.73, which is really great. So turn this off, and yeah, here we are again. This is the inverter, 8,000 watt from Power Jack. Just need to start removing it. Now I'm not sure which part of it is the top, but I'm just going to use the label on it. Hopefully this is going to be the right one. And alright, I just removed the packing belt, so I'm gonna open it up for the phone. Now if this works fine, then I can go for the 15 watts low frequency inverter, but I just want to test this first just to make sure that these guys are doing a good job with their inverters. And there we go. Really a double packet. know that they had a double pack in here. That's it for transporting. So here's what we've got. Well, it's a very long inverter. As you can see, it's 8000 watts, low frequency, pure sine wave inverter. It can surge up to 32,000 watts. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to take this out. Got some fuses, 2 fuses that are attached to this. Okay, let's bring it out and put it to test. All right, as you can see, just pull this out from the pack. You will need hand in bringing this out. I've just solicited help and I've been able to put it on my lap. It's pretty heavy, and I'm going to leave it on my lap for now while we go through some of the things inside here. So we've got this one. I don't know what this is going to be used for. I thought this is going to be powered with I'm going to be using solar, but maybe this is for the AC, direct AC. And got some documentation in here. We're going to bring this out. Alright, here's what we've got. Alright, so what this is saying is just for you to claim your warranty, you need to go. So this is from UK. I have to log into this place and then provide some information. So, and this has to be done within 1 month. Then I have 12-month warranty. I think it can be upgraded as well to 15 months. So that's all about this. Alright, this is another information here. When you need plug in the 18 power cable to charge your battery, you need to turn off the switch. After plugging, then switch on. When you need to plug out the AC power cord, you also need to turn off the switch. Yeah, so this is a warning feature. I really need to understand it because I'm going to be using solar to charge the battery, but probably this is when you're trying to use the AC power to charge the battery. But I would need to understand this more. As I said, I'm not a professional at this stuff. I'm a normal DIY guy, so I have to go through the manual. Now I've got two manual here, and one I think is in German, the other one is in English. So I'll have to go through everything, and have some more information here, and I'm going to be going through all of this as well. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm going to put this down and I'm going to measure it. The weight, I don't have any weight measuring system at the moment. Alright, and I think they put some extra measures to protect the inverter. As you can see, this metal, because I think a lot of people used to complain that something is missing or it's broken along the side, and also they've used this to hold it down on the other side as well. I'm going to put it down, remove the bubble wrap, and then we'll take it up from there. Packing it. Got the fan here. Measure this. That's about 60 centimeters wide, and if I have to measure it from the protector here, we're looking about 69 centimeters altogether. And let's look at, that's the length, and let's look at the weight. That's about 21, but if you have to include the stand there, then we'll probably be looking at something around 25 or 26. Yeah. Alright, I'm sorry guys, I don't have any working tables. One thing I noticed about this is the fact that when I ordered it, I ordered for 24 volts. So what I thought that means is that I will only be able to use 24 volt battery. But when I looked into the manual, just a quick one. What it is saying here, let me see where that information is. Okay, yeah. So it says never attempt to operate the inverter with any power source other than a 12, 24, 48 volt battery. So it seems like I can use either 12, 24 or 48 volt. But because the spec that I ordered was 24 volt, I'm going to be doing it in series anyway. Alright guys, now when I look through the manual, they did not update that they are now putting the cover, so I would have expected some information on how to take these off and get started with using the inverter. But I figured something out. Got the screw here, got this bung here, and so on this other side. So I'm just gonna try to remove it this way. See, hopefully I'm doing the right thing. Alright, that's off. The next one is this one. I'm just gonna keep this safe. And I think this one I just need to. Okay, just a minute. Just pop it out just like that. Now because I'm still gonna put everything back as it was for transportation, I'm gonna take off the one on this side as well. Okay, that's already out, and one on this side. So that's how you take off both of them. Oh no, this came out everything. Right, so can I expose this part, put it on the floor, and that's what you've got. Alright, just to let you know, these also come with, I don't know what to call it, bolt or nut, whichever one it is. So don't forget to just look for it underneath. And make sure you keep it safe and put it back later on. Just want to share that part. Alright, so I've got the positive terminal temporarily here. I'm not tightening it very strong because I'm gonna take it off anyway. And so when you're doing all this stuff, you need to be very careful not to drop anything on the battery terminals in such a way that they're gonna match up with each other. Okay, that's solid enough. Let me just some more. Right, sometimes you may need to check again just to make sure that you're connecting it to the right terminal. There's nothing wrong in double checking multiple times. And guys, just to quickly let you know, I mentioned something about not seeing some information about what voltage is it exactly that I need to connect to this inverter. Now I can see it here. I'll show the camera. Will show this one. So as you can see, DC 24 volts. So that's why I have to do the battery in series. So you may not see it on the top of the inverter, but right here you'll be able to see it. Thank you. Right. So this is positive to negative. Alright, and the next thing is to measure and see what I've got. We should be expecting to see 24 volts. So we've got positive to negative of this one. So we've got approximately 24 volt, that's 25.4, which is perfect. Alright guys, so I've already connected the battery in series and also connected to the inverter. Now one thing I did not share with you earlier is how I connect this red one, because normally when you connect the positive terminal you will get a spark because the to charge up the capacitor in the inverter. So when I was watching one of the videos on YouTube and somebody did a trick and I just tried it, so I used this you can use anything basically, but I use this Europe style plug with this fan heater. I put one terminal of this on the positive of the inverter, and then I use the positive terminal of this cable, I put it on the other one and I place it so this was touching this and the positive cable was touching the other one. So I put it there for about 15 to 20 seconds and then I removed it, then I put it on, there was no spark. So you may want to try that yourself. Maybe I'm going to share that process with you in the other videos. But as I said, you can see there is no charge controller connected to this setup. There is no solar panel connected. This is just to test this inverter. The battery is fully charged. The voltage is reading. I've already shared that part with you. So the next phase here is to have it turned on. So I'm turning on this for the first time. These are different modes. As you can see, it's off. If you want to put it into power save mode, let me see, what does this mean? But if you want to put it into the inverter mode, you turn it to the one notch there. Give me a few seconds. So here what it says here, to put it to battery charger, that means you want to use the UPS to be charging. Power save on, then you put it to the 2 notch. Then the unit is off, is going to be O, and then the inverter on, power save off, then it's going to be 1. So I'm going to put it to 1 now for the first time, and it's coming up, and right here you can see the screen display as it is coming up, giving some more information. Now it's reading volts. So that's the AC volt, that's the amp, that's the AC watt. Nothing is, there's no load at the moment. And AC amp 29. Okay, so everything seems to be okay. I'm just gonna put a small load on it to see how it's gonna get it powered up. So I'll get something up and get it connected. Right, so this is gonna be our first load, and I'm gonna have it connected. Okay, that's not going it. Okay, for some reason that's not going it properly. Okay, now it's fitted correctly. We're still having volt for 226, and we're still having the AC amp for 0.29, and let's turn it on. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, that works fine, and we've got 33 watts right there. That's the load, and the volt is still approximately 226, which is really nice. And well, I'm not doing load testing today. What I've just done is, just before I transport this out of the country, I want to give it a proper test and then ship it out of the out of the country to a place where you have more sun but not consistent electricity. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now by the time I'm mounting everything up with all the battery arrays and the solar panel, I'm going to share that process with you as well, and we'll see how it goes. So as I mentioned earlier, there's some other things that are going to go into play, because I need to be able to measure the battery performance and when it is on high voltage, low voltage, and when I want it to shut down. I'm going to be using some other components for that one, and also I'm going to be using circuit breaker for both from the panel, from the solar panel, from the charge controller to the battery, and also for the load as well. And there's one more function here, which is the fan. I can choose to turn the fan on. Let's see how that works as well. I think it's important that we test that part. So that's the fan rolling. It's a bit loud, but it's not bad at all. Better than using a generator. And the voltage of the battery is not changed. The light is still on. So far it's looking good. I'm going to turn off the fan. Oh, it's really cool, you know. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can hear the fan. That's working fine. I think it's really very strong fan. Pretty cool. So I'm gonna wrap up everything right now, and then I'm gonna see you in the other video by the time I'm putting up all the arrays of the solar panel and the charge controller and the battery and everything. Thank you guys.